welcome to Just Us Thinking. I am your host, Michael.
And I'm your co-host, Rebecca.
And I'm your sound guy, Mikey.
And we have a show today, don't we?
We do. Today is our Turkey Day show.
Turkey Day Gobble Gobble.
Yep, gobble, gobble, gobble.
It'll be a fun show.
It will be, yeah.
Getting in the holidays.
Getting in that holiday spirit, yep.
Yep. So, where do we want to start? Back at the beginning?
Back at the beginning.
So, all the pilgrims back on the boat.
Yep, coming over on the Mayflower.
Yep. Mikey, what do you have for us?
I have that 100 passengers set sail on the Mayflower in 1620.
Passengers, is that what they're called?
Yes, some 100 passengers set sail on the Mayflower.
It's like they're taking a cruise, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it kind of was. I mean, they're cruising from over the water, I guess.
Yeah,
That was a very bumpy cruise then.
Yeah,
it was.
No joke. All right, so 100 pilgrims came across.
Yes.
And in their standard black and white outfits, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So the penguins come.
The penguins are coming.
Wonder what they look like in color. Black and white still?
Probably, yeah.
All right. Did they get a lot of sun? They had to have gotten a lot of sun on the ship, right?
They probably did, because I think it departed in August, or landed here in August. So, yeah, I'm pretty
That's
sure.
summer. Yeah.
That's summer. They got some sun.
Yeah.
Wow. That's the way to do it, though.
Yeah. I guess that's time to go through it, right?
Yeah.
All right. What do you else got, Mikey?
I see that they wanted to leave England because at the time England required its citizens to belong to the Church of England. And they wanted to practice their own religion, so that's why they left.
Interesting.
So, yeah, they basically just wanted us. They basically said, we're religious, but we don't want to subscribe. Unsubscribe. So they left.
We're going to go find our own place.
Which, here's the irony. They turned around and did the same thing here.
Well, yeah. That's
so
true.
they started their religion, and they're like, yep, this is our religion, and if you don't like it, get out. You know, I mean, realistically, that's what they did, right?
Yeah. It's a different way to look at it.
I'm just a realist here. All right. They all came over here, and they landed. Where did they land?
They landed in Plymouth.
Yep, Plymouth Rock, right?
Yep.
So there's a big rock, and they said that's Plymouth Rock.
Yep. Which was in the Cape Cod area, like in modern day Massachusetts.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Or they were supposed to go somewhere else, though, right?
They were originally supposed to landed in Virginia.
Okay.
But storm shifted the ship's course north.
Okay. Well, that makes sense because all that coming up, yeah. And we know how that Roanoke colony ended up, right?
Right?
Yeah, nobody does. They, yeah, who knows?
Yeah. Well, okay, I stand corrected. They left in August and they arrived here in November.
Wait, August to November?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, early August, late August?
Middle August.
So, August to September, October, November?
Yep.
A 4-hour tour? 4-month tour?
4 months.
Can you imagine being on a boat for 4 months?
No, thank you.
This isn't a cruise ship we're talking about.
Right.
They're not those kind of passengers.
No.
They're not getting free drinks at the bar. This is a different cruise.
Yeah, they probably didn't have bars on it.
Yeah, they have the bars that you throw up over.
Oh, that's true.
100 people. There's 3 boats, I'm sure. It's the 3 boats, right?
I think there was 3 boats, yeah. And
the
there was
Mayflower, Nina, and Pinta.
Correct.
100 people. That's like 33 people per boat.
Yeah, that's true.
One had 34.
All right, and that's your math lesson for
There's
today,
one
too.
math lesson. Congratulations, you learned math.
Yeah, so, yeah, they departed on August 15th, and they arrived on November 21st.
All right.
Yeah. It sounded like all 102 made it, so that's good.
Wait. He said 100. Now it's 102.
I said some 100, which means it can vary.
I want the variable. So all 102 made it.
Yes.
No one died.
It doesn't say so. Yeah, because it said it departed with 102 and 102 were deposited.
That sounds like a bank transaction.
I know
now.
it does. That sounds kind of weird.
We deposited the 102 people in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations. I don't know. That's crazy.
Yeah.
The wording just sounds horrible.
I know. I was like, that's how it read. So I'm like,
So they landed at a big rock
mm-hmm.
and said, "This looks like home."
They did.
And then they did what?
So then they pretty much, well, I mean, I guess they got settled in, and then they met the Native Americans.
Oh, meet the neighbors. Okay.
Yep.
And it's standard, it's a standard, greeting, the neighbors meet up. You're like, "Hi, how are you doing?" They said, "Hi, how?" and went from there.
Okay.
And then what happened?
So November is actually also Native American Heritage Month.
Well, that would make sense. I mean, they did share Thanksgiving with pilgrims, right?
They did, yeah. So one of the things I really found a little bit interesting was, we always considered the day after Thanksgiving Black Friday, right?
Yep.
So in 2009, Congress passed a legislation. I can't say that word.
Legislation.
Yes, thank you. Establishing the Friday following Thanksgiving Day of each year as Native American Heritage Day.
So here's my problem. Why are you laughing? I say, "Here's my problem." You start laughing.
Yeah, because I can only imagine what's going to come out of your mouth.
So pilgrims come here, have this Thanksgiving with them,
Mm-hmm.
and then the day after that we consider as a big shopping holiday, Black Friday, we decide I guess the Indians could share that with us. Is that what it is? You Native Americans could just share Black Friday. Now, Thanksgiving's on a Thursday, right?
Right.
So they couldn't do that on Monday or
No.
Tuesday or Wednesday.
No.
There's 3 days that they could have said, "You know what? Monday's going to be the indigenous holiday. That's going to be the day that we designate. Maybe the third. It's the third Thursday of the month for Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, I would think that they
Why
should
don't they
do
do
like
the third Monday for
like the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Well, yeah. Technically, they were here before the pilgrims, right?
Right. So keep it in order, people.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. See, you're learning. You are learning.
I am.
All right.
So, I mean, there's a lot of stories, starting in the 1900s about, honoring the citizenship, and
I think it's always kind of been they've tried to do the push, but I think I think one of the hardest times before recent times is the Native American tribes are all separate.
Mm-hmm.
They're all different. And I hate to say it, but they don't always just get along.
There's a lot of stories about that. Yeah,
there's a lot of infighting in there, and there's infighting everywhere. I mean, everywhere has it.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, I guess. And then in 1924, Congress enacted the Indian Citizenship Act, basically extending citizenship to all U.S.-born American Indians not already covered by any treaties. So,
wait. So we gave the Native Americans, Indians, citizenship to a country they were already here.
Correct.
At.
Mm-hmm.
Does that not sound backwards?
It kind of does, actually. Like, really?
Think they're kind of already citizens.
Yeah.
They were here before you. That would be like me going somewhere and saying, I think you're welcome here. Well, yeah, it's my house, so fuck off. I don't know. That we're going to give the Native Americans citizenship. Well, maybe you should ask them for your citizenship.
Right.
Okay. Dumbasses.
Yeah.
All right.
And I guess a lot of the states, they have their own days too.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of neat to see how everything is.
We'll see. And here's the problem with the Native American heritage. And we've talked a little bit about it as well on this show before, because we went to the where was that massacre at?
Oh yeah, Wounded Knee.
So we went to Wounded Knee. Mm-hmm. We went through, we went through the Indian town there. There is, Native Americans all around.
Right.
Very nice people. They love to tell stories.
They do, yeah.
I love listening to stories. So, they're like, I got a story for you. I'm like, well, I got a free minute. Let's hear this. Let's hear the story. I'm not going to turn down a story.
Right.
And he told us kind of what happened there at, Wounded Knee. None of the national heritage for Native Americans cover any of that. They don't go through, they like to sugarcoat it. That's my problem with the Native American Heritage Day and month. I get it's a celebration, but I have to say, you got to take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the Trail of Tears is a horrible atrocity that happened to the Native Americans. They basically, and here's to sum up the Trail of Tears. They basically moved all the Native Americans to, one area. And then, they basically collected them in like a, lack of a better word, concentration camp. They said, okay,
really?
we're going to throw them all these together. And then they marched them to wherever they were going to ship them to where they were going, to a reservation. Now, mind you, we just talked about the tribes didn't always get along. There was a lot of infighting.
Oh, yeah.
Some of them didn't like each other. We didn't care. We're just like, who cares? You don't like each other. Who cares? You're all the same color to us. We're going to throw you all together.
Yeah.
They didn't have this understanding of these are two different type of people. They're not you can't just classify them because of the color of their skin. That's unfortunately what they did back then. Wrong to do.
Yeah.
The Trail of Tears, the reason it's called the Trail of Tears is because so many people died on that journey.
Yeah, it went through North Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, and Alabama.
Yep.
And then it ended up in what is now Oklahoma.
Right. Oh. So they basically took all those Native Americans that were different tribes, different groups, and they said, you're all the same to us, threw them all together, and then marched them, and a lot of them died. There's a lot of them that are died. Here's the problem is each one of those, different type of Native American, the different tribes, they all had sometimes similar customs. Some of them had different customs, but they each were a little different.
Right.
And you just lumped them together. You're losing a lot of that tradition and their heritage is what you're losing.
Yeah.
And then you just basically said, we want your land, move along.
So they didn't migrate anybody like north down to like Oklahoma, did they? Or is it just like the south?
That was a southern route. The Trail of Tears was a southern route, and it was pretty harsh conditions.
Yeah.
They weren't treated very well. The North and the Midwest, they basically pushed them out west further and further.
Okay.
So that's kind of what happened there.
Okay.
So that's where you get into the Dakotas and things of that nature. And then you had a lot of infighting there between the military at that point, fighting off the Indians there.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, kind of crazy.
Yeah,
so
that's unfortunately one of those sad pieces of history.
And it needs to be taught. You need to explain what happened, the good and the bad.
Right.
So, and it's amazing that, so the Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. Thanksgiving started with, and we will generally believe it was a Thanksgiving modeled off of a 1621 harvest that the English colonists, the Pilgrims, landing at Plymouth Rock, with I'm hoping I'm saying their name correctly. I'm probably not. Let's see, Wampanoag people.
Yeah, you got it much better than I probably could have.
No disrespect when I'm saying that. It's just a hard word to say.
Right.
So they basically came together. They are some of the typical food for Thanksgiving includes turkey, bread stuffing, potatoes, cranberries, and pumpkin pie.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Yep. The Indians also brought corn.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's kind of what the Thanksgiving or the Thanksgiving meal is going to be. Yeah. So now the Pilgrims or the colonists, they would go out fowling. You know what that is?
I want to have to say it like something with hunting.
It is. It's they're going after turkeys, but they were probably easier to hunt geese and ducks.
Okay. Yeah, because fowl, like they consider like geese and ducks fowl.
That's all fowl.
Okay.
Turkey or fowl too.
Okay.
Now, if Benjamin Franklin had his way, our national bird would have been the turkey.
Oh.
So we would have to eat a piece of America every year. That's how you keep your American heritage going. Is you have to eat the turkey every year, so you have to have like that, American bloods, right through. Yeah.
Well, doesn't the turkey get pardoned every year too?
Oh, that's that. Yeah. There's a turkey that gets pardoned.
Yeah.
I know it's tradition, but I've never understood that.
I don't get it either.
Like, in first and foremost, in order to get pardoned, you had to do something wrong.
And what did the turkey do wrong?
Well, I'm going to gather was born in the wrong country that eats turkey.
That's true.
That's a death sentence here. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's tradition. It's like, I'll pardon this turkey, and
yeah,
I mean, it's good for, I guess, publicity, but I mean, it really means nothing to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see the point in that either. So,
see, if I was president, I'd plant drugs on the turkey, and then I wouldn't pardon him. We'd fry him. 350 for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I think it's maybe 3
hours.
3 hours.
Depends on how big the turkey is.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
and how much drugs it has.
Let's hope not too many.
Yeah,
don't want to ingest any of that.
Yeah, so I mean, it's it was a pretty good event. I mean, I could just I picture in my mind the first Thanksgiving. They're all eating, and then afterwards they're like, okay, shirts and skins, let's play some football. Little pigskin.
I don't think football was around.
Wasn't They didn't play They didn't play football. It wasn't the Indians versus the Pilgrims.
It could have been. Who knows?
Maybe that's what pissed off all these Pilgrims with the Indians. I mean, they lost that first football game, and like, damn them, we can't let that happen again.
Yeah,
that could have been it.
That could have been it.
Yeah, that's a secret, top secret Thanksgiving,
Okay.
information there. So be careful with that.
I will be very careful with that.
No, I mean, here's the problem is back then no one realized that all these pilgrims coming over had diseases that the Indians or Native Americans could not handle, and we ended up wiping off so many of them.
That's crazy too. I mean, I guess there was no real modern medicine back then to prevent that kind of stuff. So.
No, and there was no knowledge. We didn't know that was going to happen. It's not like they said, I'm going to do, well, the Mongols are the only one that knew that. So, but that's a whole nother ball game.
Okay.
So it's, we didn't know that was going to happen. So, and that's why even today, when we see a tribe in another country that is like an untouched civilization, we can't make contact with them. We could destroy them.
Yeah.
That's what happens. Which is also why I don't believe there's alien abductions happening either. Because the science in that would say we don't have the immunity that those aliens have, or vice versa.
Yeah.
So I guess it could happen once. The aliens came by, said, hey, how you doing? And they left. And then halfway back to whatever planet they were headed to, half of them die, and they're like, these son of a bitches.
They found some way to take us out, huh?
Yeah. I mean, and then, it's the same thing. I mean, you can't, that's why time travel wouldn't work. There's a lot of things that causes a problem with, because if we went to time travel back into, the first Thanksgiving, we, with our immunities that we have, there's a good possibility that we don't have some of the immunities that you need in that time. So we could die, and then there's a possible that they don't. Guess what? We just gave them COVID because we went time traveling and screwing around with time.
Yeah.
So now they have COVID, and then, yeah. Can you imagine that?
That is definitely a crazy thought.
It's why time travel, and it's why I hate to say it, but biology says that's not possible, and there is evidence of it. There's facts staring you in the face. So, now an astronaut suit, that's why, I guess if you're wearing an astronaut suit or a hazmat suit, then you could do it, but then you kind of stand out like a sore thumb,
Yeah, they might be a little suspicious of that.
Yeah. So, but no, that's kind of, the history of Thanksgiving.
Okay.
They it was probably more squash there than anything else. They brought potatoes over and, planted potatoes, and, some of this food the Indians and the Native Americans have never had. So that kind of works there. So,
yeah.
All right. And then that gets us into some of the, what?
The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Oh, yep.
Everybody's got to love the parade.
It's a holiday. It's actually the only reason I get up in the morning on
oh, really?
Yeah, otherwise I'd sleep in. I like watching the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
The first one was actually in 1924.
1924. Yeah. Holy cow.
Yeah, we're coming up on, next year will be what?
Next year's 24.
Yeah. Wow.
And it started in when?
1924.
So 24 to 24. So that's going to be 100 years.
100 years. Wow.
So we're at 99.
Yeah.
This year's 99. Wow.
That's amazing.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. Yeah. So, I think everybody probably knows what it is. You have your marching bands, you have your floats.
You do have a lot of floats.
You have your balloons.
Yeah. Now, I'm 100% sure the first one didn't have a whole lot of balloons.
They didn't, but I think they did have some.
Oh,
but
okay.
not a lot. So, and then of course the New York City Rockettes always perform.
Man, those ladies are all legs. Oh my goodness!
Wow.
You have to be like a certain height to go there, right?
I think so.
You have to there's a strict routine for them, right?
Oh yeah.
And you have to be able to kick so high.
Yeah.
I think I would pull something if I tried to kick like that. I know I'd pull something.
You and me both.
Yeah. So you're not going to see me on the Rockettes line anytime soon.
Nope. Mikey, do you remember anything from the Macy's Day Parade, or just watching it every year with us?
I know a couple of the balloons, and I know a couple of the bands.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, so it's the balloons. Let's be honest. It's the balloons and it's the music, right?
Yeah.
I mainly watch it for the balloons.
Okay. So what's your favorite balloon?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I think it's got to be the Pikachu in the sled.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's always a Pokemon up there, isn't there?
Oh,
now?
yeah.
That's modern day.
And I think there's also always probably a Muppet or two.
Yeah, I'm sure there are.
Or some kind of cartoon animal.
Oh, yeah. I think
ton of cartoon animals.
Yeah, most of them are going to be cartoon animals. So what's your favorite? That you've seen in the past. What's your favorite character? So Mikey is Pikachu, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd have to say Snoopy. I love Snoopy.
Snoopy's a time-honored tradition, isn't he? Mm-hmm. He's always up there.
Yeah. What's in yours?
He doesn't do it. I do like the Ronald McDonald one.
Okay.
I do. That has a special place in my heart. My favorite balloon ever was the Woody Woodpecker balloon.
Oh, okay.
I think just his colors are really, really vibrant. So I really like him. One of my favorites.
Okay. So actually, interesting fact, the balloons were introduced in 1927.
Oh, okay.
So they were introduced on the third year.
Yeah. So now this year we're going to have a Minion. So Stuart from the Minions is going to be up there.
Stuart? Oh, Stuart. Okay.
From the Minions. Yeah.
Okay.
SpongeBob's been on there for quite a while now, hasn't he?
I think so, probably.
We're going to have a Smokey the Bear.
Ooh.
That'll be kind of cool.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
That is true.
Oh, so
I don't want to jinx the thing, but can you imagine if that was the one balloon that went up in flames? Sorry. That's my bad. I won't do that to you, Smokey. I'm sorry.
Wow.
There's going to be a Sinclair's dino on there as well.
Okay.
It's a dino riding a dino. So it's a baby dino riding a dino. So they're going to have Paw Patrol. That's kind of popular now, too.
Yeah.
I even heard there's going to be a Grogu.
A Grogu. What's that?
Baby
Baby Yoda.
Oh, Baby Yoda.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
I don't know why I married this woman. Mikey, this is your mother.
I know it.
Yeah.
There's going to be a Goku.
I'm not really into Dragon Ball.
Okay.
No.
Well, that's what... Now, who's Bluey? That's one I don't know.
He's one of the cartoon characters.
He's a cartoon dog from, I think, like, Disney Junior or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's one of those, like, education channels.
All right. I think this year, I know my favorite this year.
Okay.
It's going to be the Acorn.
What?
The Acorn.
The Acorn.
Yeah. Ice Age. The Acorn.
Oh.
They're going to have that this year. And I'm excited for the Acorn. I hope I hope somehow a squirrel gets on that thing and like rides it and then maybe pops it and like flies off and it'd be hilarious.
It would be.
See, all the fun stuff could be a tragedy too.
Yeah. So another interesting fact about the Macy's Day Parade. This started in 1928 and it only lasted a couple years. But they had 5 of the giant balloons were designed and filled with helium to rise above 200 feet and slowly deflate. So then they had a contest. It was capture the contestants in the Macy balloon races. And then if you returned them, you got a reward of $100.
Okay.
Because they didn't really have like a procedure to like deflate them.
Okay.
So they kind of let them rise and then slowly deflate.
Just slowly go down. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now what else happens on the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade?
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
He's the ending, but what's right before him? Who else do they defrost for the Thanksgiving Day Parade?
Mrs. Claus?
Nope.
Frosty?
Mariah Carey.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
They got to pull her out of ice and throw her out there so she can perform too.
Oh, yeah.
Here's my problem with the performers. And I get it. You're on a parade but they don't sing. They lip sync to their own stuff.
Yeah.
And it's the only thing I just dislike. I don't care if they don't sing it perfect. I don't want to hear the song.
Right.
I want to hear them.
Yeah. And that's one thing as a kid, I remember as a kid thinking, oh, that's so cool. And then you get old and you realize that they're lip syncing and you're like,
yeah.
Like
there's nothing that deflates a balloon faster than lip syncing.
Yeah. And it just kind of takes away from that, childhood innocence. You're like, oh.
Yep. And then Santa Claus is the last. He's the one that brings it in.
Yep.
And then it's Christmas. Then it's good to go.
Yeah.
So Santa Claus on standby until that float comes through, and they're like, "Okay, Santa's there. Let's go." Yep. And then the army of Santas go out.
Well, actually, they start going out earlier and earlier now. But
they're not supposed to. That's the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade is supposed to be the beginning with Santa.
Oh, okay.
That's what it's supposed to be. Now, like we like to rush everything now.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of crazy. So
wow.
Yep. So so we're looking forward to the parade.
You are, yeah.
That's going to be Thursday. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Time flies, right?
Yeah. It's only Thursday. Yep.
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
Okay.
So yeah, it'll be Thursday.
Okay.
And then Thanksgiving.
Oh wow.
We're gonna have the parade. We're gonna have the parade, and then lunch, dinner. It's like one meal. It's like the one day a year that you eat like one meal, and you stuff yourself as much as possible.
Yeah, and then you like have mini meals after that.
Yep. So
no. Then you go take a nap on the couch.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then so now what? Now, there's also a lot of different modern traditions that come along with this, right?
There is.
So, I think, Mikey, you got some of the modern traditions, right?
I do. My phone, unfortunately, has died, so...
I hope you remembered them.
I do remember a couple of them.
Wait, how did your phone die when I have a charger right over there by you?
Because I just never had the thought to plug it in. I don't know.
Oh my goodness, this kid. All right.
But one of the newer ones is a Friendsgiving.
Mm-hmm.
When you invite your friends and you basically have a Thanksgiving with your friends.
Yep. So when you don't have any family or they shunned you.
Well, not really, but we did that last year. We had we went to a Friendsgiving last year.
That's true. And it was, here's the difference though. Here, I get they're calling it a Friendsgiving or something like that. I don't consider what we did, to me, who we did that with was family.
No, that's true.
You knew them pretty much your whole life.
Yeah.
At what
not
point?
Everybody there.
Not everybody, but I mean the main people.
The host.
The host, yeah. So at what point do you go from they're just friends to where you consider them family? At what point is that? Is it a time limit? Is there like something that happens that clicks them over?
I don't know. I guess I would just say probably that level of closeness.
Okay.
So
yeah, Friendsgiving is, just family, really.
Yeah.
Another word for non-related family.
I think the one you mentioned was a turkey trot.
Yeah, a turkey trot.
What's that?
I've never heard of that.
Isn't it like a...
It's basically like a 5K marathon that you run on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Who's the asshole that thought that was a good idea?
To burn all those calories that you ate.
Well, no, they usually have them in the morning, so it's like, how are you going to burn all those calories?
Oh,
they should have it like the day after, so you can burn all the calories the day after.
So here's an idea. Screw this 5K race. Why don't we eat a turkey and we have a 2K nap?
That would be nice.
Let's just do a 2K nap and then let's see who wins there.
Yeah.
I don't want to go running on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Well.
I mean, I don't really want to go running now, but I mean, I'm all good for exercise, but not on Thanksgiving. I mean,
well, there's people that like doing that stuff, so I mean,
who
to each their own, I guess.
Do you know anybody that likes to do that?
Personally, no.
Yeah, see, I don't know those assholes. Listen, when you're in that mood where you want to get up and go running on Thanksgiving, we can't be friends. You're not invited to Friendsgiving. Go run your goddamn marathon, you bastard. Yeah. I don't want to hear anything about it.
Well, and then you have...
You run by my house, I'm going to throw a piece of turkey at you. Eat this, bitch.
Thankfully, we don't have that problem.
No, we don't. None of that sounds fun for a holiday.
Oh, no. But
it doesn't at all.
I'm sure they have ways to make it fun for them.
No.
I don't know how, but...
yeah. I mean, there's so many activities I could think that I could be fun. Like, I don't know, women wrestling in gravy. I'd watch that. Mashed potato and gravy mud wrestling. Yeah.
Well, don't we...
I'm on board. I could get right behind that.
Okay. Well, don't they have the dog show every year too, right?
Oh, I was hoping you were going to say the dog show.
I never knew that was a thing until I met you.
Don't they have like the pup bowl too?
Oh, they do.
No, the pup bowl isn't that around Super Bowl?
I thought that was
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought that was during Thanksgiving.
No, they have the Westminster...
The Westminster Dog Show.
Yeah.
I thought there was like a puppy bowl on like during the week of Thanksgiving or something.
Yeah, I want to say I remember something like that too, and they may have moved it to the Super Bowl. Who knows? I don't know. So, any other traditions?
There was one that I actually kind of knew about, and it's breaking the wishbone.
Oh yeah, making a wish. Yeah, making a wish.
I've never seen that done.
I've done it. What do you mean you haven't seen it?
We haven't done it at the entire time I know we've done Thanksgiving. I've never seen you do it.
Do we? We've done it a few times. You and me have broken the wishbone. We
have?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think. I'm up 3-2. 3-2.
I don't
I think
remember.
I've gotten three of the wishbones, and I think you've gotten one or two.
Okay.
So yeah, we've done the wishbone a few times.
Okay.
I've never seen you guys do it.
Yeah, because then it sits in the window and dries. Remember?
Yeah, they did say something about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't remember that?
I don't know.
Yeah, so I like to break the wishbone, and then I put it up in the window.
Oh, okay.
It's to make sure. I don't know why do you put it up in the window?
They say, like, you put it up in the window to dry, and then, like, whoever gets the bigger piece gets luck for the rest of the year.
Yeah. It's kind of a luck thing. It's a
Yeah.
we've always made a wish, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get the wish.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty good. So
Okay.
all right.
Well, then, of course, you have your traditional traditions, like your football games, and
Oh yeah.
people now go Black Friday shopping on Thanksgiving Thursday, which doesn't make sense to me. So
Yeah, I wish they would move those. We could wait a little bit to
Yeah.
go shopping, can't we?
yeah.
I mean, let's just give them a little time.
All right.
Yeah, spend time with your family.
I mean, I can see the stores, like grocery stores maybe being open for, those last minute things, or like if something goes wrong and you have to replace something. I kind of see that. But like, these department stores where you're shopping, they don't need to be open. I mean, that's just...
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
It's just ridiculous to me. I mean,
I can kind of see the day after Thanksgiving because there are some people who like to do early Christmas shopping.
yeah. I mean, the day after Thanksgiving isn't like technically a holiday though.
Right.
So, I mean, it's, not like a federal holiday or anything. It's just, one of those like
Well,
holidays.
Do you know why Black Friday is Black Friday?
Oh, I don't remember. No.
Mikey, do you have any idea?
I have no clue.
So it's generally in business, in the beginning of the year, you're operating in the red. Okay. That means you're making a loss. So typically for Black Friday, they do all the sales, and that's what gets them in the black, out of debt.
Oh.
That's why it has nothing. It has everything to do with the color of the ink. That's really what it comes down to. It's when you're operating in the red, which means you're operating that you're losing money, and then once you go into the black, you're making money.
Oh, okay.
So
they go all year until November without making any money.
There's a lot of expenses that go along there.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's why it's Black Friday. It's where businesses get out of the red and get into the black.
Okay.
So makes sense, right?
It does, yeah.
And I could see a lot of people going shopping with that, because you got to understand, if you have family that comes in out of town, you go shopping with them, and you kind of like mother and daughter. I think that's where it comes down to.
Yeah.
Mothers, daughters, and...
See, for me, I usually always had to work the day after Thanksgiving, and I wasn't going to get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning to go shopping, and I wasn't about to deal with tons of crazy other people shopping, so...
Well, and it used to be like Black Friday was the day. That was people. I know people that like they had a whole list.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and they would go to. You don't get in their way.
Yeah, like even my sister-in-law, her and her mom, they have, they go through those Thanksgiving Day ads, and they plan their route, and they plan what they want, where they want to get it.
And if you get in front of them, they will run you over.
Yeah.
And then there was Cyber Monday.
Yeah.
And then that's where you get all the online deals. Now it's all rolled together. Now it's just like you get Black Friday deals now.
Yeah. What's the point in calling it Black Friday anymore?
Right. It's a tradition.
Yeah.
So.
But they've changed it. So if they're going to change it, then
traditions change. I mean, you learn to grow with the times here. What are you talking about?
They need to update the name then.
Okay, then
like Black Friday week.
Well, then maybe for celebrating Thanksgiving, you need to wear a black and white dress. If you want to go traditional.
Yeah.
And I don't have a belt buckle hat, so we're in trouble. So, no. I think it's going to be a good time. So, wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving.
Yep, I hope everybody has a happy Thanksgiving, and thank you for listening to us.
Eat a lot of turkey, and if you're one of those, eat a tofu turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, my sister, my niece.
Oh, okay.
My niece likes. She's a vegan, or I don't know if she's vegan or vegetarian. Mm-hmm. But tofu turkeys. Each their own.
To each their
I'm
own.
not going to eat it, but I'm not going to knock her from eating what she likes. So
exactly.
You do you, boo.
Yep.
All right. I think that's a show.
All righty. Bye, everybody.